You're listening to the Captain Jack Sports Show on Northeast Streaming Sports.
All right, everybody, how you doing? Captain Jack here. We are having our normal. As I get rid of, that was Autumn Wind by Eddie Rice, good friend of mine, great guitarist, musician, definitely a loyal fan of the Raiders, good supporter of me as well. So I want to say all that. If you have an Instagram account, if you could go over to Instagram, I am on. But I don't see a soul on Instagram, and that's not normal. Normally, I have like at least 2 or 3 people popping in on Instagram. Let me see if I can get with the. Vicky Orr is here, and Marlo says hi. Hey, appreciate that as well. If you are here on YouTube, you're in the right place. In fact, let me get over to my YouTube channel, make sure that we are over there, good to go. I'm going to click that button. There we go. Brian Gribno is over there as well. Raider Velvet, thank you for being there. So I know Brian is over there. Velvet Raider, I believe that's Becky. Yep, that's Becky. And 559 Raider Travis. Hey, Raider Travis is in the house. Good to see that. Again, this is a very special show for me because I have a big time announcement. Big time announcement. Oh, Marlo says he loves the cat. Thank you. And Marlo is awesome. I can't wait to see Marlo, who is that is Vicky's grandson, if I'm not mistaken. Want to make sure I get that right. And as Vicky says, and only because Vicky said it, only because Vicky says it. Who is this Amber? Why does this Amber keeps getting in so much trouble? I keep hearing about Amber. Normally, Amber is one of those dancers you would have over at like Mons Venus or 1001 Space Odyssey. And now on the main stage, let's hear for Amber. Desiree, you're up next. And Destiny is up after that. Remember, Amber on the main stage. Destiny is up next. And Deuteronomy is following her. Yep, grandson. Yeah, Anna, when he says Amber Alert, was that a goal? Did I just miss a goal? No, I thought I am watching a hockey game because that's the only thing that's on tonight. I know that Anna normally watches her nights. Amber normally watches her nights. Again, if you're on Instagram, thank you for being here on Instagram. Cat Blackbeard's also on. And wave to him. I tried to wave at everybody, but it didn't let me wave to a few people. Apologies there. Bane is on. Cat Blackbeard is there. See, this is what happens when you push the computer too hard. And again, I am on my tablet on Instagram. I'm trying to wave. If you are here, if you're on Instagram, head on over to YouTube. And the reason why I say that is because I try to get with all of the comments, but I can't see all the comments. And also, when you're on Instagram, you're watching me do the show. The show is here. Come on over to YouTube. Thank you for being here. Also used to work at a strip club. Why does that not surprise me? And engaged to a stripper. Okay. I've never been engaged to a stripper. I've been engaged with a stripper. Kind of a different thing. I was engaged with her, not engaged to her. You know what I'm saying. And Brian dated a stripper. Boy, we went off the subject. We went way off subject. Only because we had the Amber Alert with Destiny and Desiree. Yeah, I know there were two D words, Destiny and Desiree. And thank you to Travis. Travis is heading over to YouTube. Bane, can do. Bane's a CV. Love the CVs. And Anna, this is the best wife you can ever have. Look at this comment. And by the way, welcome to Anna Diaz, who is a member of the Captain Jack's Galleon. She is a member of the Chiefs Mess, which is a higher membership in the Captain Jack's Galleon. Remember, I will tell you all about that membership later on because I want to make sure I get to the announcements. Mary Brandon is here, and Raider Travis is here. Thank you there, Raider Travis. Thank you there, Raider Mary Brandon. Becky's over. And so we did have it was over in left field. Oh, my God. Every time I do a bunch of close-up work, my eyes go to shut. Didn't say a swear word. And thank you, everybody. We got the Super 61 over there on Instagram. Please head on over to YouTube. You can watch me on Instagram. You can be in the show on YouTube. And before I do anything else, getting back to the announcement, Anna Diaz hired a stripper for her husband's bachelor party. I love you, Anna. That is awesome. And again, welcome to Anna Diaz. And Ace Skip. Ace, who? I know you, but that's a unique name. Ace Skip. Who do I know you as? Super J68 says, "What's up, Chief? How you doing there, shipmate?" And I know why you're all here. And I'm going to draw this out a little bit because, of course, you can't just say it. Let me say this. First off, as I was saying in the intro beforehand, I had a great weekend this weekend. I went to 2 Phillies games, hence the Phillies shirt. And it was so nice that I said, well, I got to get some extra use out of the shirt. So I'm wearing the quote unquote the Hawaiian Philly shirt. Baby. Oh, the Lightning just scored. Power play goal by the Lightning. Lightning are now up 3-2, 3-2 over the Florida Panthers. And remember, folks, the Florida Panthers were in the second place in that division. Lightning, the Stanley Cup champion, were in third. So they don't have home ice advantage. Oh, Matt. Okay. Okay, Matt. Thank you there, Matt. Matt Boucher. Yeah, if your wife is having the baby number 3, well, first off, congratulations to that. Congratulations to that, Matt. Matt is with baby number 3. That goes without saying. That's a shot from all of us. I don't have my shot glass in front of me, Matt, but well, actually, I have a shot glass in front of me. I had one that Vicky sent me. Where the hell is that one? It's around. I know I've had so much there. So the Browns and Matt, I ain't going to that game. I'll tell you why. It's in December. It's in December in Cleveland. No. My ass is staying warm in Florida in December. I am not going to a game in Cleveland in December. No offense. No offense. And again, if you're on Instagram, please head on over to YouTube. If you're on YouTube, you're on the way we should be. We are on, obviously, all my channels here, Captain Jack, both Facebook as well as YouTube. We are on the Northeast Streaming Sports channel, which is Facebook and YouTube. We are on my Twitch. We're on my Twitter via Periscope. We're on Instagram over there. We are also on Zodiac TV, which is really cool. Zodiac TV. Head on over and watch us on Zodiac TV. We are talking about Raider Nation Explosion, and thank you for Raider Travis stating that. Make sure you get your tickets for that. Raider Nation Explosion in Madeira, July 17th. Raider Nation Explosion, all Raider Nation. If you can make it out there, that is a weekend to be at. In fact, from what I understand, back-to-back weekends out in California in July. Stay tuned for further details, but definitely Raider Nation Explosion, July 17th in Madeira. I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there. And I'm great. I'll just sit back and read. Raider Travis throws out that the Chucky Slugs is having a home opener party September 11th through the 13th. The Homie Hangover 2 party September 11th at Tommy Rockers. Sounds like a good time. I'm going to try to see, and I'm going to bounce to as many events as I can because I like to give equal opportunity to see as many people. So I will try to go via Uber to a bunch of different places over in Vegas. And Becky's looking for Raiders at Broncos. I am too, Becky. I am too. Actually, Mary Brandon is Becky is also looking for Raiders at Broncos tickets. So if you find any other good sources, because I know Mary's looking for me. Mary's looking for me. Raiders at Broncos, because I am not going to the Christmas game where the Broncos are coming to Vegas. Those tickets will be sold. And Matthew Shane is also being an uncle, number 3. Ray swept the Mets. That's good to hear. And again, Raider Travis reminds us that it's going to be off the hook more this year than last for the home opener. I cannot wait to be out in Vegas for the home opener September 13th, I believe. That's the Monday night game. And we have been on for about 19 minutes with the intro. So I guess it's like, Jay, shut up. Shut up and tell us the big news. Let me show this first. Tickets are expensive. That is true. Let's also say a advance happy birthday to Anna Diaz, who the home opener game is on her birthday. That's awesome. Anna is turning, I think, 23 that day. So let's all wish Ana Diaz Rincon a happy 23rd birthday for her upcoming. She's 22 now. She's going to be 23 on September 13th. And Ozo has a birthday in September. Matt Marinovich. Try to go to New Jersey, just up the road, to see the Raiders November 7th. I'm going to try to do that game as well. They are high. Oh, and Mary said, cross my fingers, I'm on the list of one of my fan clubs. They're sending out an email this week of available seats. Wait. I can never just cross. I gotta actually, physically cross them. They are crossed, Mary. They are crossed. Thank you, honey. Thank you, honey. I definitely want to go out and see Mary in for the Broncos. And again, welcome to Matthew 72007. Matthew. James Matthew 007. I know what Matt's last name is. It's not James. Matty G. And I agree. Let's get a win for her birthday, for sure. Okay. Getting back to point. We were talking about expensive items, and those are Raider tickets. And I'm going to go into a subject again. I kind of delved into it the last couple times. I'm not trying to beat a dead horse, but I'm going to say that I am going to say that I was a little bit upset. I was a little bit upset at some things that I heard and saw because I saw some screen captures from some of my friends. Did they get a goal? Nope, they didn't. Lightning show up 32. That said how much of a fake fan I was. And these are words. Fake fan. I was a fake fan because I was selling my home opener tickets. That pissed me off. Not delving, or I'm not trying to delve anymore. And then they were talking about how dare I sell tickets to my black hole seats. They're not in the black hole. They're not in the black hole. Corner end zone on the same side of the stadium as the black hole. In fact, as far as tiers, they're actually better tickets than the black hole as far as tier level because you can see the field better in front of you. Marcos Guzman is joining us on Instagram. Thank you there, shipmate. Come on over to YouTube if you can, Marcos, because you're watching me do a show. You can actually watch the show on YouTube. And Matt Marinovich says something that I think we all pretty much knew. This is the first year of tickets where fans are at. And this is the other thing that I was poking at. Oh, the nice fight here for the playoffs. Gotta love playoff fights. And Jimmy Farrell, happy birthday to you, 55 today. Happy birthday there, James. But just that thought, it just didn't sit well with me. And they are expensive. And it took me a bit to afford them because again, I did have season tickets in Oakland and I wanted to keep them in Vegas. I did keep them in Vegas. I actually upgraded to a point. I'm not at the in the club seats anymore, but I like where I'm sitting. Great seats. Oh, and veteran. Okay, Bane. Thank you, Bane, for coming over. U.S. Navy CV combat vet. Oh, raw. CVs can do, baby. Can do. And Travis says he's not going to be in the stadium. Townicus, thank you for being here, Townicus. We got all the folks out here. To point, my PSLs were $20,000, actually more than $20,000 paid off because I didn't want to pay an interest. That's just me personally. I'm not saying boo-hoo. I'm not saying boo-hoo. But people forget that. People forget that. Because that's just the PSLs. It's not the tickets, because the tickets are another $4,000 per year on top of that. But it's the damn PSLs you have to pay for as well. And yes, my PSLs are paid off. That doesn't mean that I still have other things I need to do and get. So again, the point was, and what's up? We're getting there, Tonicus. I'm getting there. Yeah, $20,000 PSLs. Actually, more. A little bit more. I just say 20,000 because it's a nice round figure. $20,000. And then the tickets on top of that. So, and people were just getting belligerent. How dare I? I'm not a real fan. Well, because in lack of a Lightning all scored a goal, and try to keep this a clean show. Try to keep this a clean show. I won't. I'll try not to swear. Again, please don't swear. I have to clean it up when I do the tape at the end of the night. Permission granted. I didn't put it up. Permission granted, sir. Good to see you, Don Webb. Okay, Travis, we're getting there. So people were just bent that I'm selling my tickets. And then it was, well, who knows who you're selling your tickets to? That's true. I would rather it be a Raiders fan. And then when he said all of this stuff, I said, you know what? You want to show that you are more of a Raiders fan than I am, or I'm not good enough for you? I'll let you know this. I said, how about $20,000, or I'm sorry, 10 grand, and they're yours. 10 grand and they're yours. So shut the foxtrot up. But then it was, oh, now you're selling to the man, or you're doing this, or how do you know that they're this, that, and the other thing? So I kind of got that too, another strike, and I was getting a belly full of it, and it kind of pissed me off again. And Will's here. Thank you, Will Carlin. Oh, by the way, Will, upside down. Will, that's yours. From the Phillies game, I'm giving it to Will Carley when I see him. A baseball. What is it? One of those. You see the scuff marks on it. Real baseball. That's to Will. I know Will loves baseball. It was from the Phillies game, so I'm making sure that he gets it. Good to see it, Will. I wanted to make sure, Will loves baseball. He loves the Phillies. I wanted to make sure he got it. So I'll get you there. Yeah, and I'm not a real fan. Back to point. I know I do this. I was talking with Asylum about it. I said, yeah, I go off on these tangents and I go on the side roads, but eventually I get back to the highway. So now comes the how much for the tickets. And I'm going to say, I want to thank John Bill for giving me the impetus for an idea. It wasn't my idea, but the impetus came from John Bill. Or is it Bill John? No, it's John Bill. Yeah, it's Claude Bill. Yeah. John Bill, my good friend from the Empire New York chapter, said, why don't you do this? And I put this up. Thank you, Becky. Right there. On the nose. Raffle. New York sports scene is here, and Ryan DeRader is here. Please head on over to YouTube, New York sports team, and Ryan DeRader. Thank you. Appreciate you being here. Head on up, go to YouTube, because this way I can see the comments and you can actually see the show. It's very hard to decide what kind of fan you're. Not the fact that you go to the games or afford all the merch. Some of us can't afford it, but thank you, Travis, because that's what I said. That's what I said. Is it's not just, high bidder type stuff. And then it was like, and people were still bent. No, you didn't win. Yet. You didn't win yet. But you could win. Not much, Rose. I went out and about. But this is the thing. And actually, Rose said it as well in the other video. She goes, what are you, raffling your tickets? The answer is yes. Rose said it in the other video, and Becky said it here. Hollywood's in the house. Thank you for being here, Hollywood. Hollywood and I are going to the Dallas game, and we'll talk about that maybe if he calls in later on. We'll see. So here's the deal, because now it's just a matter of scratch. There needs to be a minimum of 300 entries. Minimum. So now you're asking how much? I'm glad you asked. $25 an entry, maximum of 4 per person. I.e., $100 per person. And I'm going to try to check that. I'm going to have your name, your email address, your name, your email address, your address, all of that thing when you give me your entry money. How? I'm glad you asked. Let's do this. Win 2 tickets for the Monday Night Football game, 13th September in Vegas. There it is, $25 an entry, maximum 4 entries per person. PayPal, friends and family, that's what the FF is, not double FU. FF, friends and family at BigRaiderJ@yahoo.com. BigRaiderJ@yahoo.com. A follow-up email, once you do that, to Captain Jack Rackham at gmail.com. And this is what I said. There has to be a minimum of 300 entries. Minimum. Not doing it for less than 300. Not doing it for less than 300. But here's where it gets really good. Why is this not switching? Okay. Hello? Okay, here. Oh, that's why. It's on the crawl. It's on the crawl. In fact, I can do it like this as well. Stand by a second. I'll do it again, too. 1 second. There we go. Minimum 300 entries. I'm going for 500. And here's the reason why. Canes 232 on Instagram. Thank you for coming in. Raider Jester is here. Thank you as well. And Raider Russell, thank you for. I'm trying to wave. I'm pushing wave. I don't know if it's going in. I apologize. Sometimes it does. Sometimes it doesn't. If you're on Instagram, please head on over to YouTube. Why? Because this way I could I can see everything. And I need to. Oh no, it's a replay. Okay. 500 entries max. Get back to the comments. There you go. What happens if you don't sell enough raffle tickets? That's why I'm not touching the money, and I can send it back via PayPal. Because you can do that. You can return it. Right? You can return it. Minimum 300, but I want 500. Why? Because with $500, the seats, section 126. I think that's it. Let me pull up the seat map. I know it's row 6, seats 1 and 2. I think it's 126. I'll confirm in just a minute. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Section 126, row 6. Corner end zone. Look at it in view my tickets. Corner end zone. It's right next to the little cutout. What do they call it? A vomitorium? I think that's the proper name for it. Is a vomitorium. 2 tickets. 2 tickets. 2 tickets, and the most it's going to cost you is $100. Okay, $100. Hell yeah, decent seats. Decent. Come on, Trav. Give me some credit here. 2 tickets, seats 1 and 2, section 126. Minimum 300 entries. But this is what I want. I want 500 entries because then you get the 500. I'm going to give $500 3 times to 3 different Raider charities. $500 to 3 different Raider charities, or a total of $1,500. I'm going to pick the charities. And I have some in mind. I've worked with several. I've given to several. So that's why I didn't want to just give $1,000 one time. No, I'm going to give $500 3 times. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was saying that. You got it. Yeah. 126, corner end zone, row 6, seats 1 and 2. Do I got Google Pay? Probably. I don't know. I got Cash App. Yeah, I got Cash App. I'll do the Cash App stuff too. Google Pay, I don't know. But this is the reason why, is that it's not an exorbitant amount for one person to win 2 tickets to. Granted, you're not guaranteed to get them for $100, but you spend $100 on lottery tickets, I'm sure. It's a lottery. And when I get to 500 entries, and this is why I want 500 entries, I'm giving to charity. And there's a bonus when we get to 500 entries, is that I'm going to spend $100 with a winner's dinner, not more than 100. Don't call me a cheap bastard, but $100 is a pretty nice dinner, or at least it gets you a decent amount of food. Dark Phoenix is over here on Instagram. Thank you for being here, Dark Phoenix. Raider Jester, I'm waving as well. Hello to you, Dark Phoenix. Please head on over to YouTube. And the reason why I say that is because you can be in the show on YouTube. Captain Jack Rackham on YouTube. So there it is. Yeah, it's a raffle. Yes, I'm going to be or I plan to be at every Raider game this year, except for Christmas. And I've said that. Yes, I will endeavor to be in the stadium. The endeavor is hard. I'm going to try. But I love my team enough to give somebody else an opportunity to be there for the very first game in Vegas. That's why I want Raider fans to block this out. So that's how you do it. That's how you do it. Let's get back to the banner, okay? I'm going to keep this up. I'm going to keep it up basically for the rest of the night and keep going back and forth. Then I'm going to show this on the crawl. 2 tickets for the Monday Night Football opener in Vegas, section 126, row 6, seats 1 and 2. $25 in entry, maximum of 4 per entrant. We're going for 300 minimum. Don't get the 300, it ain't happening. 500 maximum, and I'd like to get to the 500 because then we start giving money to some charities for Raider charities. I think that's a win-win. There you go. Hey, Travis, then good. And if Travis wins, well, I tell you what, Capitol Grill has got it. I love the meat. That's why I said Capitol Grill, because I want to go someplace that I like, and I like the Capitol Grill. Good questions, Rose. As we get each 100 entries, you know how I do the prize wheel, and everybody's like, "How the hell they don't get it?" The prize wheel, 1 prize, 1 winner. This is what we're going to do because I want to make it interesting. Remember, Dark Phoenix, please come over to YouTube if you can. The date is to be determined. We get to 100, then 200, then 300. Oh! I get it. Rose, you and I are going to talk after this. If Rose wins, she's going to sell my tickets. Anyway, as we get to each 100, I'm going to do a prize wheel where we're going to have the 100 participants. I'm going to spin the prize wheel and say, okay, the winner for the 1 to 100 is this person. So that person will be given, right? So we'll have that person in the final drawing. When we get to 101 to 200, we'll do a prize wheel spin so you'll know who won that 101 to 200. Okay? We get and so on and so on. And so on and so on. Okay? I'm going to try not to think about what Rose just said. This is exactly what I was talking about. I'm the son of a bitch, though. Anyway, you know what? Maybe I won't. And the other thing is that maybe I won't give them out until the day of the game. I think I'll do that. Because we're gonna do that dinner in Vegas anyway, right? So I will transfer them day of the game. Now, if you want to sell them day of the game and go through all that crap, sure. Thank you, Rose. You made it real easy for me to do that. Canes 232, great seats. Thanks again, there, Canes. Come in on the raffle. I'm glad you said that. I won't give them up until the day of the game. No, no, no. Don't be sorry. Don't be sorry. Yeah, don't be sorry, Rose. You just that perfect. The winner will get them the day of the game, probably outside or maybe like the day of the game. I will transfer them over to the person, so the person gets the tickets. And my buddy the CB is a thank you for being here. So again, let's go back to the big board. 2 tickets for the Monday Night Football game, 13 September in Vegas. $25 per entry. Max entries per person is 4. So basically, $100 gets you a chance to win 2 tickets. Got to have 300 participants. Now, that's the other thing. If we're not getting that 300, then I'll say, okay, you know what? I'm opening it up again. Kind of like when Al opened it up, the limited partnerships of the Raiders. He opened it up a couple times to do it. We might do that, but I'd rather not do it until I'd like to get to 300, then 400, then 500. You know, the slow way. And we got a little while to do this. Okay, got a little while to do this. Raider Travis is going to be. Hey, Travis, I know you're going to be down in for Raider Nation Explosion, correct, sir? I will be there. I hope to see you out there. So, but that's the big announcement now, and that's normal for this is our normal show. Don't go away yet. Don't go away, mad. Don't go away, mad, because we're going to have our normal show. Okay, let's do this normal show. That's not what I want. You want to be in the show. There you go. You want to be in the show. That's the link. I'm going to push the link again. That's not the link. I'll get it in a minute. You want to be in the show. The link is going to be going right out into YouTube and all the other things. There it is. And Jerry White, I remember that Jerry White, who, by the way, thank you for Jerry White for being a member of the gallery. I think Jerry White is a Chiefs Mess member. By the way, to Anna and Jerry White, I know had his patch already. If you're a Chiefs Mess member, you get a patch as well. That's the patch. One time only patch. There are other perks. There are other perks for membership. Become a member of Captain Jack Scallion. Push join. Push join where it says on Android or on Windows. You got to push join. Do that. And I remember because Jerry White won that game and he couldn't go, and I was upset because Jerry White it would have been great to have him do that. Okay, Asylum thought. Thank you there, Asylum. Jared, not as of yet. Reds won 2 days in a row. Great comment. Yeah, I tell you what. I enjoyed the games. The Panthers just tied it. 18 minutes and 33 seconds to go in the third. Breakaway goal on Vasilevsky. It is now tied 3-3. Who is that won? That got the goal? Some guy with a very long name. Brianbo? Something with a bow on the end. Let's see. So I'm doing the play-by-play here. Yeah, it was a breakaway. It was basically a nice push. Huberbo? Oh, right in the 5-hole. Didn't quite get the name. Nice goal. Nice goal. Breakaway on the defender. Can't get his name. Oh, Jonathan Humberdeau. Now I got the name. Asylum as I can. I will try because I really got some things I got to do. I will try. Again, if you're on Instagram, thank you for being here. Come on over to YouTube. If you're on YouTube, you are where you need to be. Thank you for being there. I did all of the things here. I don't see that. Wait. Is there? Monday night, yeah, okay. I will show that Oso's little thing. I have to go back to the comments on YouTube, uh, and I don't have money. What do you? Matt was saying I have money. I make a living. I make a living. So there you go. I'm back over on putting up the comments there. Asylum is rendering a salute. Okay, cool. I hope it's not a one finger salute. Come into the show again. StreamYard link. There is the link, and now I will put this back up. Win 2 tickets for the game. Let's get to 300 minimum. Let's get to 300 minimum entries. 300 minimum. I'm looking for 500. I want to give some money away to charity. That's a good way to do it. Got to get to 500 done. Dark Phoenix, thank you for being here, honey. Thank you for being here. And that's why I said, I love everybody. Frankie Dealer, Frankie DLR, thank you for being here, Frankie. Frankie, head on over to YouTube because, again, I get stressed, not stressed, but I get bunged. I want to make sure I get all the comments as I can. And Asylum is also a member of the Galleon. Asylum is also a member of the Galleon. Oh, my goodness, some more fighting. Oh, nice fights. Lomberg is locked up against somebody. Playoff hockey, gotta love it. And again, thank you for coming in, Dark Phoenix. Again, win 2 tickets for the Monday night game in Vegas. Raffle. I'm going to be out there. I'm not going to be in the stadium. Maybe. I'm going to try to get in otherwise. Attempt. The key word is attempt. If I don't, I'm going to be partying up with people that can't go inside the stadium, and we'll have a good old time. I will be someplace doing something with a bunch of different people. And thank you, Don Webb. Oh, geez, hit the like button. I wasn't even. I don't even know if I have any likes. I don't know if I have any likes on YouTube. I don't have that stat anymore. I don't know whether people actually hit the like. And here with Will Carley again. Will Carley. Make sure I get it. That's yours, brother. That's yours. I will make sure you get it. That was throwing a fork ball. What was it? That'd be like that. Or no. Yeah, that's a fork ball. Yeah, at least I know in theory. Pulo signing with the Dodgers is the other thing that is of news tonight. If you want to be in the show, please go to the where it says here. Go to the StreamYard link. Oh, right. And Matthew 72007 also gave me a $5 donation. And remember, every time you give a donation via StreamYard, in StreamYard, $5, Matt 72007. Thank you there. I'll put that up. $5, he gets an entry into the Captain Treasure Chest of prizes. Thank you, sir. I will make sure that comes up. You can be a get in on the Treasure Chest of prizes. And thank you for reminding me, Matt, because that's the other thing I wanted to talk about. Here it is. Here's one thing. Came in today. You're asking, what is this? I'll tell you what it is. These are about, I want to say at least 80. No, it's not EcoFlow. That's what the box is. This is, I want to say approximately 80 autographed pictures of Raiders. Different sizes. Most, not all, but most. Oh my God, the Panthers just scored again. And it doesn't surprise me because the Panthers beat the Lightning this year in head-to-head. What? Did you guys see that box? Tippett scores the goal. Panthers are now up 4-3 over the Lightning. approximately 100 autographed pictures of various Raiders. Many, not all, but many with the certificate of authenticities. So they're going to be added prizes to the wheel, to the prize wheel. And I don't know whether you can see this as well. One bag of goodies. Two bags of goodies. Okay. And I'm going to show one of these because I really like it. I was like, wow, I had never seen it before. I don't know. Well, I'd like to, but it's fragile. It's fragile. I'll tell you what it is, though. It is a Raiders sugar. What is it? Like, what do you call those sugar devils? Sugar. It's a sugar thing. Like a sugar skull. There you go. It's a Raiders sugar skull. See, did you hear the clip? Hopefully it didn't break. A Raiders sugar skull, which I got this weekend from my buddy's store, again, Pro Image, and a bunch of other stuff. And no, it's not a bag full of bags or for content and things like that. It really is stuff that I'm giving out. How do you get that? By giving entries into the captain's treasure chest of prizes. It's going to be on the prize wheel. So I thank you for that. If you want to be in the show, what's this one? Hey, thanks there, Don. I appreciate that. I try to do some good stuff here. So was there a lot of Blue Jays fans in Dundee? No, there was mostly Phillies fans. Mostly Phillies fans. Again, if you're just joining in, win a set of tickets for the Monday Night Football game. If you want to be in the show, Mr. Wombat. Thank you there, shipmate. Mr. Wombat is watching on Twitch. Remember, if you have a Twitch account, you can watch me there too. And I actually like that because, again, I want to try to get my Twitch users up as well because I'm trying to do things to get monetized on Twitch. I'm honest about it. I have to have like 50 followers on Twitch. I have like 16. That's one thing I need. I need like 50 followers, and then I need to average like 3 viewers a show. Never done that. So thank you there, Mr. Weinbach, for doing that. Ahoy, Dwayne T is also a member of Captain Jack's County. Thank you for being there, Dwayne. Dwayne, I sent out, if you didn't get it already, I sent out your patch. And do I, it's a candy, no, it's not a candy bag. There's no candy, it's full of Raider stuff. Do I attend preseason Raider games? No. I'm selling those tickets too. I'll probably raffle them as well. We'll figure out what that price is. Again, come into the show. Nobody's coming in, probably because I have that thing about the 2 tickets up. If you want to be in the show, let me put this up. You can dial me. I'll keep that up until somebody either comes in via video. Will, I know you want to come in, but try to let other people in there. Nice block. That's got to be a penalty. Yeah, I don't see it. No penalty. Wow. Should have been. Come in the show. Come in via StreamYard. You can do that. Is there only one home preseason game? No, I think there's 2. I know that the preseason has gone to 3 games. I think there's 2 games. I think there are 2 games. I might be mistaken, but I'm going to sell my preseason game as well. You're watching The Crown? Okay. Hey, Ron McClendon, who actually was talking to me prior to the show. Ron McClendon for the Hampton Roads Raiders boosters. Good to see you there. Yeah, 3 were scheduled. Thank you there for reiterating that, Travis. Three, not all in Vegas. 3 preseason games scheduled. I don't know. I think we have 2 of them in Vegas. I think. Game of Thrones. I never watched Big Game of Thrones. Oh, that Veterans Den. Thank you there, Shipmate. Veterans Den with a $5 donation. So that is an entry into the treasure chest of prizes. $5. Thank you there, Shipmate. Bane the Raider. And he just bought. Oh, and Bane just bought a patch. Thank you there, Bane. So did you do the patch with the? Did you do the patch with the other crawl? Just get with me. Get with me, and we'll talk about it. Yeah, are you watching the game? Are you watching the game, Anna? Because I know the Islanders just got by in overtime. And again, the Lightning and the Panthers really do not like each other. That's being kind. Being kind. Chris Lentz, thank you for coming aboard on Instagram. Please come over to YouTube. Very intense game. Again, thank you there, Bane, for the entry. That's one entry. I will say, based upon what I see here, with 2 entries tonight, we are up to, let's see here, 7 entries out of 50. Remember, there's 50 participants per prize wheel that are paid. 5 people come in that were holdovers from the last entry. They are Dwayne T, Vicky Ginn, Ed Winchell, Rose Ortega, and Evan Kerbine. Those get the free entries. There's an additional 5 entries to be determined. 50 paid. If you do the friends and family at Big Raider J, you can also, if you buy 3, you get 1 free. So that could be an extra entry for you. Okay. Mike Merker said that no, just 1 preseason home game. ASC got the extra. Okay, well that makes sense. So I'm selling the preseason game as well. And message me on Instagram. Thank you there, Bane. Second in LA against the Rams. Okay, there you go. And yeah, of course. Anna and I. Sorry, proper English. Anna and I think it is Anna and I. We'll have to go watch a hockey game sometime. If you get some decent tickets for a night's game, maybe when you go back to like reality of like when the when the season kind of like overlaps into like when the schedule comes out again. If there's a night's game in a Raiders weekend, if you can get some tickets, Anna, I'd love to go to a game with you. Anna and I will have a blast. Sam Houston State are the FCS. Oh, so North Dakota State didn't win? Anyway, come into the show. I've been talking a lot. I'm surprised nobody's either called in. Let me put the link in again. Go to StreamYard. Link is there. Hit the link in StreamYard. You can be into the show via video. And also you can also dial in 813-699-0834. I know I have my phone up. I'm pretty sure I did. Yeah, I got my phone up. Nobody's calling in. That's amazing. But yeah, very intense hockey game. Come into the show via the StreamYard link. Let's talk about a bunch of different things. Did anybody catch the Preakness? The answer is no. All 3 can be Saturday game in Vegas, then the Rams in LA, then 49ers. Oh, the Bay series is yeah. And we got somebody outstanding, Tanicus, and yeah, that would be awesome. Yeah, Anna, I'll leave it to you because I know that you got connections in places that you go. I'm going to bring in my buddy Townicus.
Okay.
I'm adding him to the screen. Good to see him. That's Mr. Collier, if I'm not mistaken,
Hey,
right? How you doing, brother?
good man. I'm sorry, I'm doing this from the couch, and I don't have
No,
a
man,
stand set
chill,
up.
man. Did you see the Lincoln Kennedy interview the other night?
No, I wanted to know how that went, and I wanted to be there, but this has been a crazy week. How did it go?
It was great. But if you see the interview, and please watch, Lincoln is sitting in one of those overstuffed big chairs, right? And he
Okay.
says he's got a big chair in every one of his rooms. So you chilling on the couch is fantastic.
I just
You
don't
chill.
want it to
I
be
mean, and
jittery.
why not be comfortable?
Okay.
Why not be comfortable, right?
Hey, sure. Hey, I
Yeah.
like to put on the best presentation for you, my friend.
You know what? I might even actually let me do this. Hang on a second. No, the codec is there. Okay. I actually have to put my earphones on. I want to be able to hear you.
Oh, my
Check.
bad. Is my mic bad?
No. Your mic is fantastic. It's the way that I'm running my speakers tonight. I want to make sure that everybody can hear you. I don't know if anybody, if you can't hear Mr. Collier, let me know on the comments. Okay. If you can't hear Mr. Collier on the comment. Okay. And German Raider is also in here. Good. I got another Twitch follower. Thank you there. Thank you there. See, hey, got to get my Twitchers up. So, and I know that Tanicus is one of my Twitchers as well. I gotta have this out there. First off, because we haven't had a chance to really talk about the schedule. Now we talked about the draft, and you said you would have been pissed when. Oh, okay. I know why. The sound. Okay. Check one, base, base. Check one, base. Okay, I got. Hang on a second. Check one, base, base, base. Go ahead and talk, Jason.
Well, what were you gonna say? I mean,
Okay.
I was waiting for you. You're cliffhanging me.
Well, at least I didn't fade on you like that one night that we had the power outage, and I was here, and you're like, hello,
Oh,
hello, yeah,
we were in the middle of the best conversation ever,
yeah,
too, which makes me so sad.
yeah. But I do remember the one thing about it is that you said that if you get Phillies tickets, you're going to let me know, and I'm going to try to head on up to Atlanta to go to a Phillies game with you, with your buddy behind, if he still has the same tickets behind the bench, behind the dugout.
So yeah, and there's a story behind that.
Okay.
Since we spoke, I reached out to him, and I was probably a little overzealous and not thinking about this. Um, he and I had not spoken in over a year, and I,
Ooh.
instead of being like, "Hey, how's it going, man? Checking in with you and the fam, seeing how you guys are doing,"
Yeah,
I
I
just
know where this
basically
is
came
going.
in hot and went, "Hey Jim, do you still have access to the tickets when the Phillies come and play Atlanta at Truist?" And he was like, "No, and I haven't spoken to you in over a year." So, and I was like, "Oh," because I was like, I was like, would it be possible like for me and two friends, because it was like going to be me, you, and your buddy, right?
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah. And so yeah, he kind of had a very frosty reaction to that, and I feel bad. I feel like a kind
No,
of a terrible friend.
no,
But
no, 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 no. Well, first off, yeah, the art of tact and the art of schmooze. Okay, and Jason, I gotta ask, you're 30 what?
I'm 41, man.
Wow. Well, dude, you look good for being in the fours.
Thank
You
you. I appreciate
you
that.
look good being in the fours. I definitely would have taken you at 30 something. You know,
I
I
mean,
know you got the resolve. You look more you look beyond 20. So I wasn't gonna, piss up your rope and say, yeah, but now the only person that's in their 20s in this conversation is Anna, who just celebrated her 22nd birthday
oh my
tonight.
god.
Yeah, and Anna laughed at that, but that she's the only person in her 20s here tonight. But again, I was going to say you look good. So if you're in your 40s, dude, I love that, and you definitely look good. But the art of schmooze is, hey man, I haven't heard from you yet. How's the wife? What's going on with the kids? What's the job? And dude, how's that COVID treating you? Yada yada yada. And then you go into, hey, by the way, or why, or do a segue where it's like, hey man, COVID has really been screwing up sports this past year. Oh, sports. Speaking of sports, it's all in the segue, all in the transition. So
Here's the thing though, too, is that I kind of felt like, in a way, I've done so many things for this guy. Like, he's asked me to do so many things for him before in the past, and I told you he's a former colleague in all this, and he has asked me to do a million things for him, and I have, like, without question, and I kind of felt like I you're right though, that the tact component of that should have been first and foremost, but I was excited about it because I thought it was a really cool idea, and he loves the Phillies too. And and I was ahead of myself. And I also kind of didn't realize that he would be so sensitive in lieu of the fact that I had done so many things for him before in the past. And I mean, I wasn't even coming at this from the standpoint that we wouldn't pay for the tickets. I'm like, if we got to pay for the tickets, we'll pay for the tickets. We can get our own tickets. It's just he has access to those types of seats that are not easily
readily available,
no matter how much money you want to throw at it.
Right.
But I mean, again, it didn't come across as if he was totally offended, but there was definitely the sense that he was mildly offended. And I'm like, dude, you're my buddy too, and you haven't reached out to me. So
I'm very sorry to hear that you had broken fingers for the last couple of years. That your hand was in one of those club casts that you see the defensive ends wear during the year, where it's one big club and you can't use your fingers. And the nose is so sensitive that you can't reach your nose out to, like, in the movies, like when the people are tied up and they use their nose to type on the phone or whatever like that. Nobody does that.
You know what I'll do? Next time, I'm just going to write out a script for what I think I'm going to say, and then I'm going to send it to you, and then I'm going to have you, like, proof it.
Okay.
And you, like, copy edit that thing, and and then you go, yeah, that's good to send.
Okay. Okay.
How's that?
Now, I might be a grammar Nazi too. Make sure you spell there, THEY''RE, or if it's possessive, THEIR.
Oh, I know that one. That one. I've got a problem with twos though. Sometimes I'm a little bit more like two O's as opposed to one O when you're finishing a sentence.
Yeah. The TOO is as well as. Like, I like that too.
I'm gonna go and Google like a video on grammar lessons after we get off of this.
Oh, dude, there was a guy, actually two guys. If you watched my, actually I take it back. You can't watch it because I took it off of YouTube and I took it off of Facebook. There was two guys in front of me at the game last night that were they were allegedly rooting for the Blue Jays, but basically they hated Ryan Harper because they were Nats fans, and they hated the fact that Harper plays for the Phillies again. And they were dressed in Terrence and Phillip T-shirts. Like they took their T-shirts and turned them inside out. One had a T on it, one had a P on it, and their mask had the line across. Kind of like Terrence and Phillip.
I know South Park. Yes.
There you go. Yeah. So they were doing that, and and the guy was, I will say, he was a little bit. Oh, the Lightning just scored 7 minutes to go. I'm talking to you, and I'm doing the play-by-play as well. I'm doing it best as I can. 7 minutes to go in the third period, all tied up at 4 point with the point. See how I did that point with the point? Braden point. But again, the Terrence and Phillip, and they were sitting to my, like, below me here, and the one guy was an English major, who went to James Madison up in Virginia. So we were talking about that with my ties to Virginia. And then there was a family from Orlando that were Phillies fans that were below me to the left, and a really nice looking young lady, and her and him were just jawing back and forth out of just nastiness, and I kind of felt uncomfortable because I was talking to them both, and I had them on video, and the video said hilarity, but then I was like, you know what, that's probably not cool, so I took it down because it was kind of like disrespecting to both people, so I took it down. But it was enjoyable for the show that it was like these two people and the young lady and the other family here, and I was like, and they were kind of both a little sauce, so nothing really good happens when you're a little bit tipsy and you're arguing with each other, and so I did take it down. So yeah, Anna's getting educated. There you go.
Let me ask you a question. Considering I'm gonna
We're gonna talk sports. Cool.
Pivot just a little bit.
Yes, sir.
Did you see the video of it was at a game and you could only see it was shot from behind the person where I guess it originated. I don't know if it originated from him, but like they were behind the guy that he stood up, and this guy in a Padres jersey. So I'm assuming they're at a Padres game, but I don't know if they're like in San Diego or if it's an away game. I don't know. But they're obviously yelling at each other, and this guy starts walking down the aisle at the dude where the film is being taken from behind him, and he just throws a right hook into his face as soon as he gets up to him and knocks him unconscious. The guy literally just falls to the ground, and then the offender was promptly jumped by like 8 people. Like everybody from all areas of the rows around them were running and jumping down and attack this Padres guy and are beating the ever living piss out of him. Did you see that video?
I vaguely recall that. If I'm not mistaken, and I might be mistaken, but I think it was a Padres Dodgers game, and maybe somebody can confirm that. But it was a Dodgers Padres game, and I tell you, Dodgers Giants or Padres Dodgers, those, or any combination of those 2 out of the 3, and you talk smack. And again, trying to watch my swear words. If you talk smacks, Dig Dug 5.0, thank you for joining me on Instagram. And E. Rodriguez joining in on Instagram. Thank you for being here. Please head on over to YouTube. You can actually watch the show on YouTube. But yeah, and I've seen those videos, and it's it's drunkenness and a mouth, and you throw all of that together and pissiness, and it just goes. It goes without saying that normally doesn't turn out well.
Yeah, there was what's strange about it to me is there was such a level of brutality in which, I mean, the guy, the puncher did not strike you as the kind of guy that's going to throw, and you should never, ever assume you know how well a guy can throw a punch, ever. That's the biggest mistake that anyone can ever make when you're in a situation like that. But, I mean, he just walks up and knocks him straight unconscious. And, I mean, the guy's head, like, he just fell. His head hit the back of the seats in front of him. I mean, he was out. He was out on it. He was out on his feet. His knees just buckled. And it's just like, what are you guys doing here? Like, what are you arguing about? Like, what is it? Like, I mean,
are you sure it was a Padres jersey? Because Hollywood, who's from South Cali originally, because I've seen that video, or at least recall seeing a video, but there could be several different types of videos I remember the video of the Dolphins fan at a Raider game, that just got up and said something stupid and was knocked out because it was that. And I saw, you ever saw the Chiefs Raiders video where it's like the upper deck of Kansas City, and they literally have guys rolling down the of the fantasy, like cartwheeling because the guy got punched, and they have like a big melee in the upper deck of Arrowhead Stadium between the Chiefs and Raiders fans. It was really, really
that involved like a bunch of people though, right? What didn't it look like it almost looked like a
yeah,
soccer stand, like
yeah,
European League soccer stand fight. No,
yep.
I'm gonna tell you, this guy, it was Bob Minery posted it. I don't know if your audience knows who he is or if you even know who he is. He's like he's like a gas bag guy. He does the voice for the Buffalo Wings company, where they go
Buffalo,
roar. That's
Buffalo
his
Wild
voice,
Wings.
huh? Buffalo
Buffalo,
Wild Wings. Yeah,
yeah.
he does that voice, but he's a comedian and he has this awesome voice. He did a bit on this, and it apparently happened very recently. But the guy was clearly wearing, the guy that threw the punch. You couldn't tell what gear the guy that received the punch was wearing, but the guy that punched him, he was front facing the camera as he walked down the aisle towards the guy that he punched, and he's wearing a Padres jersey.
Okay,
I
okay.
mean, no doubt about it. He's wearing a yellow, like an off yellow Padres jersey.
Oh, like old school '70s Padres.
Yeah, yes,
Okay,
exactly
yep.
like that.
Okay.
So yeah, and dude, there were guys jumping 3 rows down to beat the hell out of this guy, and they did. There were dudes running from all directions. Like there were people coming down the aisle, coming across the rows. There were people jumping down the rows, people coming up from below them, and the guy was swallowed immediately. You couldn't even see him anymore, and they're just beating on this guy.
Yeah. I said I've seen, or I recall seeing that. I likely have seen it. I said Google Dolphins fan at Raiders game.
Okay.
See if that shows up. But yeah, it was. I've seen some of those videos before, and that's why I say Raider fans get a bad rap. But I tell people, I said honestly, and I know that most people will attest to this. Most of the thuggishness out in the Bay Area comes from across the other side.
Yeah, I don't want to. I mean, I'm not going to disagree with you. I don't really want to like touch on that.
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
Hey, I've got a question for you. Have you ever
Yes,
been to an SEC football game, like a rival game? Where
yeah,
it's like,
I've been to Florida, Georgia a couple times.
okay, that's not usually as bad. I used to go to all of them because I
Right.
went to Georgia, and so that's not as bad. Florida fans are horrible. I'm also going to say Georgia fans can be horrible. I don't think they're as horrible,
Yeah.
but I've seen people like where you're in the stands and people will like urinate on the opposing fans in front of them without the fans knowing it. They'll like urinate on the back of their legs.
Yeah. That's just wrong.
It's just disgusting.
Yeah.
And Tennessee fans, oh, like they're like the Eagles fans of the SEC. They would come to Athens and just like trash the place.
Yep.
And going to their stadium, if I went to Neyland Stadium, I wouldn't even wear a Georgia I'm not a big member. Like I don't wear like the insignias when I go to games. I'll
Right.
wear the color, but with nothing on it. But they are unbelievable. They don't allow like whoever their opposing team is, their spouses and friends and relatives are not allowed to sit in the crowds. They have to sit in press boxes, like for their own safety. That's how bad Tennessee is.
Yeah, and I can see that because I know personally that the guy that I did my the start of my show in Guantanamo. You saw Matt, the one that Ace whatever. Matt Bouchain is the brother of the guy I did the show with in Guantanamo. His brother Tommy, but the original co-host of that show was a Tennessee fan, and so it was myself, a Gator with a Tennessee fan, and then he was a Cowboys fan with a Raiders fan. So we definitely were, like this. There, the first hour we talked about college football. The second hour of the show we talked pro football every Saturday in Guantanamo, and so it was, and you could tell the belligerentness of UT. And so I've had a belly full of UT. One guy who's actually a really good friend had he was the I want to say like the booster president for Tampa as a Vol, and he was beyond dynamic here. And he would be with my Raider outings because his buddy was a Raiders fan, and he was always in my Raider booster club. But we would talk, Gators, Tennessee, Gators, and he was like Tennessee to my Raiders. That's how rabid he was, and it was and he could be like he pick it up a notch, but because he was the booster president, he was at least civil. But there were some people that were not. So I can definitely see a UT person fitting that bill for sure.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I've been to almost every SEC football team stadium. Like, you know who the nicest fans are? Auburn. Like, I remember sitting in. I was dating a girl from Auburn. I had already graduated. She was a senior, and so I would travel almost every weekend because Auburn's not that far from Atlanta. I would travel to see her almost every weekend, and we would go to whatever home games they had. And they played Georgia one year, and we sat in student section, right? Which is, and I'm wearing, this is one of the, because in my early aughts I would wear insignias and stuff like that, and I had on like Georgia garb and sitting in the student section. So clearly I'm the only one.
Mhm.
And Georgia came out and scored uh, 3 touchdowns in the first 10 minutes of the first quarter. And I'm over there screaming my head off and everything else, while sitting in a student section while everyone else is being quiet. And no one ever said a word to me. Like, no one, like not a word. And going out like in downtown Auburn afterwards, drinking and everything else, no one ever said a word. They were always cool.
Yeah, and you know what? I think it's because of the fact is that even in their own state, Auburn gets a belly full of Bama,
Yeah.
and Bama just goes into the fact of oh, you're what you go to that Cal University talking about Auburn, and they're the step brothers that are deformed and things like that.
The
And I
lower, yeah,
right, and
lower
I've seen
bunk.
Auburn people being really, really. I've never had an issue with Auburn fans. Never had
No,
an issue with Auburn fans.
they're
So I
lovely.
agree there.
They're lovely. I mean, I don't, and they put up with a lot. I remember. I'll tell you a story. I won't go into all of the details of it because I don't want to seem like a barbaric savage. But I'm down there. It was one of the weekends we didn't uh, actually go to the game. We tailgated and then we went and watched it at a local bar. But Florida had come to town to play Auburn, and I've got my own issues with Florida. And we're in this bar, and I was wearing, for my girlfriend at the time's sake, an Auburn shirt.
Mm-hmm.
And these guys, there was this group, it was a big group, like 25, 30 people, just talking mad shit to every single Auburn fan, and they're in Auburn, right? That's everybody in the entire bar, and just being nasty, like owning, like they are acting as if they own the place. And this dude was like, and I'm not saying anything. I'm not trying to be antagonistic. These aren't my teams. I'm just here to watch football, having a nice Saturday, and started to try to get into it with our group. But I'm like, I went to Georgia, man. I'm like, this isn't even my team. Like, don't even do this. But like at the urinal, some stuff cropped up, and it was just like the most ridiculous thing ever.
Yeah.
So ridiculous.
1 second here, Jason. Yeah, Matt, you can call in. You got the number, Matt. You can do that. So, yeah, 813-699-0834. That's the number, 813-699-0834. We're talking with Jason. We'll stop chatterboxing in a little bit there, Matt. So you can call in. That Matt is again that other person, and but yeah, we'll have Jason call in or stop in a little bit before we let him go, though. And again, I appreciate the fact that Jason was talking about football and fans and all those other things. We will hopefully eventually get to a Phillies Braves game, maybe this year. If not this year, maybe we will attempt to do it next year, providing that I'm around. So we'll do that as well, and do that. But before you go, Jason, I got to let you see Bane. I'm letting Bane come in. Okay, you got to see Bane. You got to see Bane.
Okay. I don't know who Bane is.
You know who Bane is.
Oh, that Bane? It's Hardy, James Hardy.
Yeah. Well, Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
There you go.
Hey, let me take the mask off first.
You got it there, Bane. And I tell you what, Tom Hardy has nothing on you, shipmate. Tom Hardy wishes he was as awesome as you.
Thank you. How's everyone doing? And how you doing? How's the fine Navy day today?
And that's another reason why I had to have Bane on, because we're shipmates. But Bane is a CV. I'm of course retired Navy chief, and Jason loves the military. So there you go. We're all three together. There you go. There.
Dad was a combat Marine.
Nice.
There you go.
I'm a third generation equipment operator CV.
All right.
Yeah, my grandfather was part of the 2nd Commissioned Naval Battalion of Seabees in World War II, and he was equipment operator.
Yeah, my father fought in World War II.
Nice.
Yeah, he was like 58 when I was born, which is why there's the weird age gap. My mother was significantly younger, but yeah. So,
well, good for him. Thank him for his service.
But before we let you go, I'm gonna get Jason out on this. Jason, who wins the SEC East this year?
Georgia wins the SEC East. Obviously, Alabama wins the SEC West, and then we do the same rigmarole where we lose to them the SEC championship game. And then if we're in the playoffs, we win up until the point where we have to reach Alabama and lose again.
Okay. And the reason why I asked that is because I haven't been really following, but apparently Florida has got the transfer from Clemson as their starting running back this year, and apparently he's the real deal.
But they lost Trask.
But they have Jones, who is a good option quarterback that's just getting better and better. Now, granted, he doesn't have the arm with Trask, so hopefully Emory Jones will be the man. And we'll definitely talk SEC football the next time there, shipmate. And you work on those transitions with your friend, and hopefully I'll make a chance to come on up to Atlanta.
Okay, that sounds good.
Hey, Jason, thanks again for calling in and for being in here as well.
Always good to see you, buddy.
Hey, likewise, partner. You take care as well.
All right, shipmate.
All right.
Take care.
Take care to both of you.
Thank you.
And that's my boy Jason Collier. Again, we got Bane Raider on. And Bane is I mean, like I said, Bane had to take his mask off because, again, now, by the way, how did you work in COVID? Was COVID more or less for you?
It was funny because I would go around with my girl here in Yuma, and I would walk around. Just you have to wear a mask, so I'm like, hey, I already got the best mask ever. So I'd walk around and just go into character, and just like, oh, cereal. And then like I'll be at the cash register and the ladies be looking at me laughing. It's like I look at her, be like, no one cared who I was till I put on the mask.
Oh, you do that rather well.
Yeah.
You do that rather well. Now I got to ask you: Are you heading out to any events this year prior to the season? Are we going to see you at anything where we might be able to come up to you?
Yeah, because of COVID, it was hard because last season was my very inaugural start newbie season as a super fan, and then COVID hit. So I had to do everything virtually. So I just worked really hard on Instagram. I ended up doing a TikTok account where I do funny stuff with my Raider gear as Bane the character, and I have actually a good following. I have a big following on TikTok and a small itty bitty following on Instagram. But I like doing it, and then plus I transitioned from doing that and doing because I also have a YouTube channel that is just hard for me to keep up with. So this TikTok is just a little bit easier for me because it's only 60 seconds or less. But it was just hard. COVID is hard because everybody was planning on going to the games, like just everybody, getting together, celebrating, Raider Nation, all that good stuff. But yeah, I'm hoping to be out there this season. I already got locked in game tickets and what's it called, the hotel for the Raider takeover in Dallas. So that's one for sure. And then I'm just going to try to go to as much as I can, whether it's in California or Vegas or even other states. So I'm really going to try to go as many as I can to get out there and meet with everybody.
Good. Well, you'll see Hollywood and I in Dallas. We've already actually, technically, Hollywood has my ticket, so I got to kiss his butt until such time. But Hollywood and I with Loretta are going to be out in Dallas. We're going to be out for the invasion takeover.
Yeah.
And I was talking with Oso. I said, Oso, what's going on Tuesday? What's the best thing to do for all of this? And because I'll be coming back from whichever game that's previous, and I think it's is it New York? I think it's New York, or one of those other things. So I'll be traveling Monday, and then they wanted to do something Tuesday, and I'm like, dude, I got to go to work. I got to at least have like 2 days of work. So I'm going to work Tuesday and most of Wednesday, or catch my flight so I can get out Wednesday and basically come flying hot from my flight Wednesday to the Wednesday events for the invasion or the blackout in Texas.
Yeah.
So I'll be doing that. So I want to make sure that I'm there for that. But that's that short week, and I'm going to make it up, obviously, the week after and do some longer hours if it's in the same pay period. I got to figure it out, but it'll be great to see.
Yeah.
And Taticus says, and there you go. Taticus says, I want to follow this guy. Where can I find him? So make sure you put your information there as well, Bane.
Yeah, I'll type it up. You can follow me on TikTok, Bane the Raider, all one word. Or on Instagram, Bane_DA_Raider. But yeah, I'll put it on.
Yeah.
I can only do two things I can't do two things at one time, so I can't type and talk, and I'll get thrown out. But when we're done, I'll make sure I put it in.
See, there you go. It's not as easy as it looks. And I try to do. I got Instagram here. I got this camera, and I got my keyboard, and I got all these things coming at me. So it's trust me, it's not a cakewalk doing it.
Yeah, no, I was typing and I just couldn't do it. I'm like, you know what? I just need to focus on the camera first, and then when we're done, I'll put it in there. But yeah, I wanted to go to New York. I wanted to go to New York. Me and my girl wanted to go to that one, but our main focus was trying to go to the Dallas game first. If we couldn't make it out there, then we're gonna shoot over to New York to go to that one.
Well, thanks there, and again, because I got to be nice to the guy. Special shout outs to Hollywood Raider who has my ticket for Dallas, with him, so I got to be, and Clemson, rah, if you want to get on Hollywood's good side, just swear, pledge allegiance to Clemson. So that's a good thing. I try to keep you up on what everybody's other teams are, because most of us in here, not most of us, are Raider fans. So I know what your favorite pro football team is, but I try to do other things as well.
Right. Well, yeah. Like for me, I'm a Trojans fan. USC, the Men of Troy.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
we got to get you on with Jason Dean then, because he's Notre Dame. And so he's Notre Dame. I mean, if he's not talking about the Raiders or the Yankees, he's definitely all over Notre Dame. So maybe before the Notre Dame USC game, remind me to have you guys on, and that would be awesome. That would be awesome.
Peace talk.
Yeah, exactly. So, and again, I appreciate you coming out as well. So, and I wanted to have you in because, again, just when you were hitting me up, I said, oh, yeah, I got to have my boy on, and I appreciate you being here. And again, thank you to Bane, who is, like I said, who spent $5 via the Super Chat Super Sticker. So he has an entry into Captain Jack's Treasure Chest of prizes. And you saw those 2 bags of more stuff. So there's more stuff to go on the wheel. People are bitching. I mean, and they're bitching. They're like, we want to win the jerseys. I said, well, if you win a jersey, great, but it's got to come up, okay? If you don't win a jersey, there's other good things on the wheel, At least it's kind of like it's not Steve Martin and the Jerk. It's not everything between the thimble and the eraser. That's what you win. Between the thimble and
I
the
love
eraser.
that movie.
Yeah.
Love it.
It's not that. It's good Raider stuff. So it's not between the thimble and the eraser. You're going to win something decent if you win. You can win that big prize. Oh, by the way, do you know what some of the big prizes are? I'm going to show you. Okay. For those that are out there, it's still here. The Jack Daniels Raiders prize pack in the box. That's a big prize. That's one of the big prizes. Okay.
Hey, whiskey.
There is the Vegas Nation first year book still in its cover, still with the plastic on it. That's a nice prize. You got the Bo Jackson. And let me turn this way so you can see it better. Or maybe if I don't. Okay, you see Bo? Or no, that's Hallie. Okay, no, let me do this way. Probably because we're on a 2-shot. You can't see it. There's a Bo Jackson. It's not autographed, but it is a nice Bo Jackson picture. See if I can push it this way. I don't want to bust it. But that's one of the prizes. There you go.
Love it.
So there's lots of things on the prize wheel. So don't be upset if you win an eraser. At least it's a Raiders eraser. No, it's not a Raider. I mean, there's not a Raiders eraser in there. But there's good stuff. So thank you for your entry into that. Remember, 1 winner, 1 prize. And we'll do that once we get to 50, plus the 5 I bring over. So I like to give everybody a second chance. I picked 5 people that didn't win on the previous wheel. I picked them over, and there's the 5 additional entries that come on there. So there's like a total of 60 each time I do a prize wheel. So we do that as well. And Bane got a follow. My boy Will Carley is following you on TikTok.
Oh, good. Yeah, I have fun with that. I do. I make some funny stuff on there. I make some good funny stuff. I also do a lot of veteran-oriented things. Real quick, my background is I'm a director of operations for a nonprofit helping veterans and families in need. So I kind of do a lot of PTSD awareness and stuff like that. And also too, if I ever get a chance to go out to you, I'd love to interview for my own podcast. Interviewing veterans and stuff about their career. But I do a lot of funny, goofy stuff on there too, just to. And you know what's funny is all the goofy, funny stuff is what really gets a lot of views, a lot of likes. So I act funny as Bane, sometimes myself, but mostly as Bane. But yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, no, I will be on. I will make some time. And Jerry White says, I won a Marcus Allen signed helmet from the captain. That was one of my prizes from other times. I give away some decent stuff. So. Yeah, I got it. And I am going to quickly, Will, I'm going to have you on quick. Okay? This is your newest supporter to the stream. I'm going to add Will Carley in here real quick. So there's Will. Will is with us from the Dominican Republic. and he wanted to make sure that he tells you. And Will is getting this is the baseball for Will.
Much thanks, Cap. Thank you.
There you go.
Yes.
If anybody's going to get a Phillies baseball, it's going to be Will. So yeah, and I now Will, I'm going to go back talking to Dane. Make sure you have a good rest of the night. How is everybody down in DR?
Oh, it's good. Every day is good. Yeah,
Good.
Okay, bueno, because I worry about things. So you need to make sure you keep in touch with me if there's any problema. See?
Yes.
Okay. Will, Dolce Sueños, you take care. Cuídate.
Igual, Cap.
Oh, sí.
Igual, Bane. Yes.
There you go. Get some.
There you go. All right. That's Will. I wanted to make sure I had him on real quick. Will always tries to come in here and I tell you, there's nothing more awesome than a fan that is just learning, and treating and learning the ways of the Raiders and so he's got a good jump on it, and I one of these days I swear I want to try to bring him to a game.
That'd be awesome.
If I can ever get him over here from the island, I definitely would like to do that. But again, I want to also say awesome about how you work with vets and PTSD, and I'll admit I was fortunate that I was mostly a guy on the ship in the rear with the gear type of thing, but and I was an analyst. Okay, so you probably knew what I did in the Navy, okay, which I still do. But there were folks that did the same job that were out forward with the teams and things like that. So it's quite difficult to hear the stories of what they have to deal with. So again, your cause is something that I admire as well. And also, I hope you get with Raider Squid, because he has it's okay to be. It's okay to not be okay. I want to make sure I got that right. Oh, Anna Diaz, thank you there. Anna Diaz with the Superstar. That's two entries for Anna Diaz. So there you go.
Nice.
And,
Love the emoji.
Remember, save up $25 a pop. Save up $25 a pop for the Raider tickets for sure. Thank you there, Anna Diaz, for the super sticker there.
I'm definitely gonna go into on that raffle.
Oh, I hope so.
I'm on that one. I'm gonna try to go to that game, whether I make it inside the stadium or not. I'm really gonna try to go to that game. Part of being trying to figure out to go or not is also being a dad. So I gotta figure out the home front first.
Yeah, and I'm fortunate that I don't have the kids to worry about. I do have to deconflict, some issues in and around the house, but for the most part, I'm lucky enough that when I say I'm doing this, I usually I think 99.9 I've never had a problem with the I'm doing this, because people know that when I go out and do things, it's because I'm doing it because of my love for the team, as well as going out and seeing people as well.
Yeah.
So that's what it is. So no, I saw you. I wanted to make sure I had you on again. Thank you for your contribution as well. Ace is going to be, that's Matt Bouchane. Yeah, he's going to pop out. He's going to call in next time, talk about his Browns, who actually might win that division this year. Before he goes out, I want to make sure I saw that. But he was wondering if I was going to go to the Browns game. No, it's December in Cleveland. No, I'm from Florida, and I'm old, and my bones hurt. I'm not going to Cleveland in December. Not doing it. Not doing it. So, but again, what else? So again, you're gonna hit the Dallas game up. Were you saying possibly New York as well?
If the stars align, yes. If not, I'm going to try to hit most of the home Raider games, whether I'm going inside the stadium or just being outside with the other fans. But for sure, I'll be there for the Raider takeover out there. So I plan on getting there the 26th. If not, no later than morning 23rd, and just be there till Saturday.
Good. for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, having he'd eat Thanksgiving breakfast, lunch, dinner out there with all the fans.
Yeah, well, and I've been to the very first Thanksgiving game at Jerry's World. And it was, and I tell people this. It was so long ago. It was the weekend that Tiger Woods got in trouble with his wife.
Oh,
If you go back in history, that was the big item on CNN on the Friday after
wow.
Thanksgiving. It was the Raiders losing to the Cowboys the day before. Bruce Gradkowski was the quarterback, and I had my game experiences there. I didn't see a lot of the game because I had two schmucks in front of me that made the mistake of turning around and talking crap to me. And my buddy that was with me was a master sergeant in the Army who is a very large. I mean, I'm not small, but I'm not huge. But he was a master sergeant in the Army who was a lot bigger than I was, and he had a little alcohol in him. And he said, "Turn around, cracker." And that was probably not the best thing to say, but because the guys were crackers, I will say that they were inbred Jeds. They were inbred Jeds, which immediately got security out to us. And I missed the one. I think Bruce threw one touchdown that day. I think it was to Murphy. I might be mistaken, but I missed it because I had a whole row of security because we were next to the aisle. I had a whole row of security coming up to talk to me and my boy, and that's why I never drink. I shouldn't say never because God forbid if I have one, they say you said never. I said okay. I will never be drunk off my patoot at a game because I am a target. I don't want that to happen. So
Yeah,
great. It'd be great to have you out in Dallas for sure. We'll have a good time out there as well.
I'm excited because I really wanted to go to all the events, everything last season. So I'm trying to make up for it this season.
Yeah. Well, good. Well, I'm glad to have you in the pantheon. And again, I can't stand the term super fans, but it's what we answer to. The pantheon of Raider Nation, and I call us equally recognizable fans. It doesn't roll off the tongue. Equally recognizable fans. Vero Jackson called them costume fans, and I took umbrage to that. I said I don't wear an effing costume. I wear my uniform. But she didn't mean anything by it. So we said that. And I tagged Violator on. I said, I wear my uniform. Violator wears his war gear. Okay? We don't wear our costume, but that's what she calls it. That's her version of equally recognizable fans. We all answer to super fans, but like she says and I said, we're all fans. There's no hierarchy amongst that.
Right.
If you are a true fan, and there's a difference. If you're a true fan, we're all fans. If you are a bandwagon T-shirt wearing fan, I got some issue with you. I can't stand T-shirt fans. T-shirt fans are, I'm a fan of the Raiders. Why? Well, because my uncle bought me a T-shirt when I was 6 years old, and and then they don't learn anything about the team. That's where I have issues.
Yeah, it just comes down to loyalty. Those are the fans. Win, lose, or tie, Raiders till we die.
That's right. And I got a Twitcher from Brazil.
Oh wow!
And he wants me to talk about the legalization of cannabis. No, I mean, not here. Unless we're talking about sports and the legalization of cannabis. Right. Sorry, there was it Persiog 91. Thank you for watching though. On Twitch, so I actually got another Twitch watcher here tonight. Bane, anything else you want to put towards the nation before we're coming up on the tour? No problem. He says he's sorry. My bad. That's okay. No worries. Well, talk about sports. Talk about the Brazilian football team. And I say football,
right?
Because we know it is soccer, but it's football. It's the Brazilian national team. But yes, there you go, soccer. There you go. Persiog is going to do that. But yeah, any other words of wisdom for Bane? And again, I applaud you on your efforts with PTSD and veterans and all that. So I will be more than happy to try to figure out a time that would work for you. Again, I don't have any war stories myself. I have been up forward. I have had the experience of having a Scud missile projected at me. I can't talk about it anything more than that because classification issues. I have been to a country that I can't attest to being at for other reasons, but there are things that I have experienced that are not as juicy is not the word, but not as hazardous. But we all give our hearts and minds and our feelings towards the folks that need it. And I applaud you, and I applaud, like I said, you and Squid. You and Squid ought to get together, maybe do a tag team type of event where it's for PTSD and those, because this is suicide awareness, and he has a lot of veterans in that as well. It would be probably a good tag team.
Yeah, I would love to. And just to talk about real quick about PTSD. I mean, it comes in different flavors. It's not just combat. It's MST. Even being near a combat zone and constantly hearing fire, even though it's nowhere near you, can cause PTSD. I mean, I knew a guy that never once been in combat, nothing, but his job in the Army was to pick up the dead body parts of U.S. Military. And then when they sent him to the rear to go back home, he worked at the morgue processing all the bodies. So that's where his PTSD comes from. Never once fired his weapon, never once been in combat. He just cleaned up, So it doesn't matter. PTSD is PTSD to me,
Yeah. And I appreciate you saying that, because again, people don't think about the psychological factors that go into it. It's not just being shot at. It's having experiences like that, of having to deal with the aftermath of those that didn't quite. They either made it out or didn't make it out alive, or maybe they served as combat vets and or medics and things like. No, sorry, not combat medics and things along those lines. A lot of things there. So again, a worthy subject for sure.
Right. So let me put the mask back on, because I want to exit the way I came in.
I got to see that. I got to see that again. That's for sure. Oh, the eyes. I love it. I talk about the cereal, Bane.
This is my cereal spoon. Well, yeah, there you go. Sorry, my mask is a little crooked.
Good, you're good, man. And I tell we'll definitely have some enjoyment taking some pictures together when I see you in Dallas for sure. Looking forward to that.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward to that, meeting everybody out there. Excited, can't wait. Raider Nation.
All right. Hey, Bane, thanks again for being here again. Follow Bane on all of his stuff. Just look for Bane the Raider in forums as well on IG. I know that because we were talking there as well. And I thank you for your contribution as well. Also, if you want to find any of us, just it's kind of like being a Mason without being a Mason. In order to find one, just ask one. Because we know who all the rest of us are, and we'll be able to tell you how to get a hold of anyone that you're looking for. That's for sure. and I said, you definitely look the part. I said, Tom Hardy has nothing on you, sir. Tom Hardy has nothing on you. Have a good night, mate.
Thank you. Have a good night, everyone.
All right. Thanks again, sir. You take care.
Bye.
All right. That was Bane the Raider. And unless we have anybody else that's popping in, yeah, Will was calling about Leo Messi. Argentina for sure. Now I know he was the Argentinian, but I know his number is 10. That much I remember. I also know that Pele was 10. So I remember all of that as well. Ana Diaz is probably about the best way to bring out a show And right, I tell you what, only because it's Houston Raiders, Steve.
Call from RDR Houston Steve. To accept, press 1.
Only because it's Steve, I'm going to make sure that I have Steve on the show. Steve, how you doing, brother? What's going on with you?
Doing good, great, Captain. How are you doing? How's your health, brother?
I'm good. Any day that you see me on camera means that I cheated death for one more day.
I know, Captain. Every day is a good day. I was going to ask you, what do you think about the NBA deciding to permanently have these play-in games? Are you a proponent of that, or do you think that takes away from the format based on how you feel about your basketball fandom?
Yeah. Honestly, I'm not a fan of playing games. I think it's a more of a I saw how like the NCAA did it for their tournaments, and I understand the reason why. I understand the reason why in the NCAA because there's always a lot of teams that are like right at that same level, and maybe they would get bumped from the March Madness tournament because they're just one step below, and they don't want to go to the NIT, and then there's even the NCAAs, there's the NIT, and then there's that other tournament. So it's basically like, okay, you're going to be playing basketball in the postseason. You don't know what it is, but you're going to be playing basketball in the postseason. So I get it with the NCAAs. Now I haven't heard. So if you're saying that they are going to be doing this permanently, I am definitely not a fan. Definitely not a fan.
I'm not either because, as you know, Captain, I'm not a member. I'm a fan of the Spurs, but the teams that were better than them, they've lost almost every time this year. Now you're going to reward them with the playing game on Wednesday against the Grizzlies. I saw that the three teams that were on the bubble in the West. Unfortunately, by the way, I wanted to tell you congratulations on the Philadelphia's 76ers that got number 1 seed, well deserved, and I know you're really happy about that.
I mean, honestly, I'm more of a Magic aficionado, being that I'm from Orlando. I'm more of a Spurs fan than I am of the Sixers. I like the Sixers, but I mean, and I like the Sixers because they're a Philly team. But as far as somebody that I follow more often, I follow the Magic, and I follow the Spurs more than I follow the Sixers because the Sixers have always been disappointing. Always been disappointing. I mean, they should have beaten the Toronto a couple years ago, but Kawhi Leonard had like a seven bounce in to beat him in the playoffs, and that's typical 76er basketball. That's just the way it is.
But I do remember that year when they had Moses Malone, and was Billy Payne had their coach when they won the World Championship. So never say never with the 76ers. I know they've had some tough times, but I was going to ask you, Captain, wasn't that great that Tim Duncan finally got in the Hall of Fame after he wasn't able to go in last year because of COVID, and Coach Pop was up there for it. And also the great coach here in Houston, Rudy Tomjanovich from Tamarack, I think it's called, over there in inner city Detroit, where his dad was a shoemaker growing up, and everybody here in Houston, we all love Rudy T.
Yeah, I mean, and I liked Rudy Tomjanovich when he was even on the Rockets as a player. But as soon as you mention Rudy Tomjanovich, Rockets player, what's the one thing you think about immediately?
Kermit Washington.
Thank you. Because Rudy Tomjanovich had a decent career in the NBA. He was a very good player. But if you think about what are you going to think about with Rudy Tomjanovich as a Houston player, there's only one thing that comes to mind. One thing that comes to mind, and that's Kermit Washington of the Lakers just laying him out.
I know. What's amazing about that was it was really sad. Obviously, is he was something happened on the other end of the court, and he went over there. He ran across the court to try to help his good friend Calvin Murphy. And Kermit saw him running over there, and he took that as a threat. They said he popped him so hard that people up in the upper deck heard the crack of his skull. That's how bad it was.
Yeah. I mean, and again, because I know that he broke his jaw. That much I remember. He broke his jaw.
Oh, yeah. He had all kinds of surgeries. But one of the things that we always talk about here in Houston is when they were lucky to win against the Knicks, which was a very tough one with who's that player that they had a great team. The Knicks had a great team that year, and that was easily, of course, not Al Michaels, but the baseball guy that's always used to be on all the time. What's his name?
Yeah. I
He
know who you're
had a
talking about.
trophy to him. He was like Mr. Baseball. But anyway,
Marv Albert?
no, not Mark Albert. It was the other one that was always on TV doing the sports stuff all the time. He was real. I forgot. I'll remember probably when I get off the phone. But
Okay.
no, he was. But anyway, so Rudy comes out and says, "Never underestimate the heart of a champion," and that was the thing we said about my mom because she was our champion. But I don't know. I think what they were saying is which teams have the most to win and the most to lose. They said the team that has the most to lose are the Lakers. The next would be Golden State. But I just don't think San Antonio can get past the Grizzlies. I'm hoping that's hoping and wishing are different from actually winning.
You know,
but who are the bubble teams in the East? Can you tell me that, Captain? I haven't kept up with it as much as I should.
No, and I'm not gonna plead ignorance. I'm gonna outright say it. Ignorant about the basketball playoffs. Other than I know that there were two playing games per conference. That much I know.
Right.
There are 2 playing games per conference. Who they are, couldn't tell you. Why? Because I am honest about it. Basketball to me, I don't watch until June because I don't care. I mean, I like basketball, but if you're gonna say what about this, and this, I keep a cursory knowledge of what's going on. Okay, I know that LeBron James and the Brow have been injured a lot this year, which is why the Lakers are looking, to see if they can even bounce back. I think they were going to either be like a 7 or an 8 seed, if they're even going to be in like that, or for the play-ins. But give them an opportunity in the playoffs when it comes down to it. Great, but having LeBron being injured a lot, having the Brow being injured a lot, they're getting him back for the right time. But getting back to the original question, I do not like the fact that the NBA is going to be doing playing games. I don't like it at all. I think it should be. Now, this is what I will say is I firmly believe that when you get to the playoffs and you have your seeds 1-8, 2-7, 3-6, 4-5, right? After that first round, if you have an upset, reseed each round with the winners, because I don't know why you have an opportunity for some really strange things happening. Always reseed so that the lowest seed plays the highest seed, because it's the way it should be. It's the way it should be, and it doesn't always happen that way. And I believe it should happen in hockey and in basketball like that.
I feel the same way. I hope the Sixers play for the championship, because that would be something really great for the city of Philadelphia. And I wanted to ask you, actually, it's a 2-part question. What do you think about the extra playoff game? What do you think about the way the regular schedule is breaking? Is it too early for you to predict how you think they'll do this year?
Well, I mean, and we had this question on. And by the way, if you didn't get a chance to see the show with Ref Guru, Violator, and myself, go to the NFL Nation Live channel. We do shows on Wednesday nights during the season, and we had a show the other. Excuse me, I didn't get a chance to hit my mute. We had a show the other day where we went over the schedule and whatnot, and I get a chance to cut up more when I'm with Wayne and with Ref Guru, because I kind of play a straight role here, but I get to be the class clown when I come on their show, because I'm not the headliner. I'm like the guest class clown. And we had that show, and again, go over NFL Nation Live on YouTube, and it's great shows during the season. The point was, as far as like for the 17 games and things like that, I don't eventually, and I've heard this, I can't remember what the source was, I apologize. It might have been Raider Bear, it might have been something else, but what they eventually want to see is they want to see 18 games spread out with possibly 2 byes during the season, so that the Super Bowl is played right before the President's Day holiday, so everybody will have that Monday off after the Super Bowl. I can guarantee you that's where they're going with this, because 18 works. They're going to go down to 2 preseason games. It's going to be the same way, it's going to be the same amount of games. It used to be 16-4. Now it's going to be 18-2 eventually. Right now it's 17-3. It's still the same amount, 20 games plus the playoffs. That's what they're going for.
Right.
But they're trying to get a holiday after the Super Bowl. They're going to spread it out so that we get that holiday with the Super Bowl coming right before President's Day. And it's going to happen. It's just going to take a little bit, but you're going to see it eventually. So I don't mind that 17th game, because all it really does is because, again, if you take away those preseason games, remember the starters weren't playing in those preseason games anyway, the last couple
Right.
games. It's just going to mean that the OTAs and the training camp is going to be more of important for each team. There's going to be more of the team-on-team play in camps, so that you're beating on somebody other than yourselves. It's going to make things a little bit more competitive all around. I like the fact that the camps, everybody goes to that last cut, and then everybody is spread to the wind, and you get a chance to pick people up. It used to be you had the first cut and the second cut and then the third cut. Now it's just I think it's like 2 cuts, the early cut and then the last cut, and that's it. It might even just be 1 cut. And it just gives you a flow of people. And, I mean, the people that go to camp, unless you really suck, you have the opportunity to join a team when somebody needs you anyway. So as long as you keep yourself playing and going and an asset, you might not make a team, but that doesn't mean you're not going to be playing in the league that year, because there's always injuries. So, it's just the way it is. Just the way it is.
Exactly. I just have 2 quick questions on the way up, Captain. I'm glad. I always enjoy listening to your shows and Homer shows and Murph and everything. And you're a professional, and you do a great job, as the others do. I've got a question for you. It's a 2-part question. Number 1, I was glad to see Tebow. Do you think he's going to make the Gators? I know you're a big Tebow fan and Gator fan, of course. And number 2, I talked to a Bronco fan today, and he says he thinks there's a pretty good chance that Aaron Rodgers is going to be a Bronco this year. What say you, Captain? And permission to listen to your thing off there if you wish, or however you want to do that.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that, Steve. I will answer your question, and I will drop the call. Thank you for calling in, and then I will answer you, and then we'll do the outro. So thank you there, Steve.
Thank you very much. Good help to you, Captain. We'll talk to you here in the next show or so.
All right, thanks
God
again.
bless.
That was a. Oops, sorry. I apologize, Steve. Sometimes I'm a little bit quick on the draw. I'm going to answer Steve's question. Do I think Tim Tebow is going to make the Jaguars? At best, maybe. At best, maybe. It is. Tim Tebow is a marketing ploy. Just in case anybody was on the fence about getting tickets to the Jaguars. Oh, and good night, Ana Diaz. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here, Ana Diaz, and happy 22nd birthday to Ana Diaz. NFL rosters will go up. Yeah, I think so. I think that will happen. I think that it will happen. So we'll see everybody there. But as far as, like I said, will Tim Tebow make the roster? Probably not. I mean, at best, maybe, because it is ticketing. He is a god, and I'm saying it, kind of pun intended. He is a god in the Jacksonville area from high school, and his beginnings there in the Jacksonville area. I mean, his family is just a god, and yeah, I mean it tongue in cheek. Went to Florida, and the opportunity to play for Urban Meyer. I'll be kind enough to call him Meyer, because I normally call him Urban Meyer. I'll admit it. I don't like the guy. Great coach. I don't like him. And yeah, I even said that when he was coaching the Gators to 2 national championships. Yes, I said it. Reno Raider, good to see you in here. You're coming in a little late, but thanks for being here, Reno. In fact, since you are coming in late, Reno, I want to make sure that you know about the contest. You can win and get the word out. Everyone, please get the word out. I will put this on Facebook as well. Raffle, minimum 300 entries, not 300 participants. 300 entries minimum. Okay, 25 a pop for entry. Max 4 per one person. Max 4 per one person. And if it's slow to get to 300, maybe I'll open it up to, you can do it again. But I want 4, like basically to get the 300 minimum. But what I want to get 500, because if I get 500, this is where we go with the 500. And it's on the scroll. But if you get the 500, I'm going to give $500 to 3 Raider charities. If I get the 500. $500 to 3 Raider charities when I get to 500, and the winner will get like $100 dinner with me to Capitol Grill. I love Capitol Grill in Vegas. It's just a great restaurant. So I'll spend $100 for you, or for a couple on dinner, and we'll go to the Capitol Grill and we'll enjoy it. So that's what the entries for. Again, make sure you're in on it. 2 entries, or 4 entries max per person. 300 entries minimum. 300 entries minimum. Friends and family at BigRaiderJ@yahoo.com. I will put this on my Facebook as well. Getting back to Steve's second point, I think Aaron Rodgers eventually is going to go to Denver. I really do. I can't see him going back to Kansas City. I can't see it. Or Green Bay. There's just way too much hate and discontent there. Way too much hate and discontent there. So I think Aaron Rodgers is going to go eventually. I think he's going to go to Denver. And Denver can't, for the life of them, draft a quarterback. Can't do it. So you have Peyton Manning helping out in the front office. He's not the GM, but he's helping out with GM type duties. You got Elway, who couldn't draft a quarterback to save his life, and Rodgers, who he's the NFL MVP. I get it. But the cost, everybody's saying, well, why doesn't the Raiders get him? Well, the cost is too high. I like to see what Carr can do with the defense. I like to see what any Raider quarterback can do with the defense. So I want to see that this year. And I hope that I honestly hope, there's nothing, I'm not that I hate Aaron Rodgers, but the cost is too high to get him, in my estimation. So there's the answers for Steve. Again, remember, for the raffle, got to be a minimum of 300 people. Minimum 300 people. $25 per entry. Maximum right now of 4 entries per person. Send it friends and family to PayPal at BigRaiderJ@yahoo.com. Then a follow-up email to Captain Jack Rackham once you do it. Name, phone number, all your contact information. I'd like it. I want to see Raider Nation do it, because I want a Raider fan to win these. Obviously, if we don't get 300 entries, the money goes back to you. I ain't taking it out of the PayPal account. I got to guarantee at least 300 entries. We get that, we're having the raffle go. And I'm gonna take the tickets down on right now. I got them on the account for a large amount of money. I'm gonna take them down when I see some movement. When I see some movement, I will take them down off of the Ticketmaster. But until then, we'll see that. Good night to you as well, Hollywood. Appreciate that. Thank you, everybody, for being here again. Get the word out. We have everybody in Raider Nation hopefully having a chance to win 2 tickets on me. We'll see you guys. It's been a pleasure. Take care, and thanks for being here. It's always fun. We'll be back Tuesday night. Captain and Wench's show. Ladies, I want you to rock the house. I want the ladies to rock the house. All you ladies to come on in, and good night to you, Robert Hawk. I didn't see you, Robert Hawk. Robert Hawk, who is also a member of the gang. I think Robert Hawk is a Chiefs Mess member. So again, Chiefs Mess membership to Galleon. Go to YouTube, push join. Got to be on an Android. Got to be on a Windows computer. Can't do it in anything else. If you have an Apple, please grab an Android. Just the way it is. We'll see everybody on the next show. Good night to you. It's been always a pleasure to see everybody. Tuesday, Captain and Wench's show with a special guest. A member of a AFC West opposition team. Member of an AFC West opposition team. I can't wait to interview him with the ladies, the wenches, Peggy, Kevlar Prom Dress, aka Heidi, and then the one and only Angria Trask. Hey, good night and thank you. Appreciate you being in here, Vane. Vane was an awesome interview. Thanks again for being here. We'll see you guys Tuesday. Captain and Wench's show here on YouTube, Instagram, over here. If you're on Instagram, come on over to the show. And we'll see everybody later on. Take care, everybody.
You're listening to the Captain Jack Sports Show on Northeast Streaming Sports.